started looking for him. Not in any obvious way. Not by texting first. Not by calling his name. Just, I walked past the places I knew Wilder might be. And if he wasn't there, I noticed, immediately, a small emptiness. Very small, but impossible to ignore. I think you're addicted to me now. Wilder said that one Friday afternoon as I sat down beside him on the familiar steps. I'm not addicted to anything, I replied. Yeah, he nodded. You just happened to walk by here 3 times in 20 minutes. I had stuff to do. Stuff that involved looking at me? I didn't answer. Wilder smiled. No more teasing. No need. He already knew. You want to try again? He asked. I didn't need to ask what. I knew. Here, I glanced around. No one's watching. That's not the problem. Then what is? I wasn't sure. Maybe I was starting to need it. Xander, Wilder said softly. You don't have to. Yes, I cut him off. He went quiet. I want to, I said again. A beat of silence. But this time, it wasn't tense, just honest. Wilder stood up. I did too. We walked behind the library, our usual spot. Fewer people, less noise, less world. This time you lead, Wilder said. I frowned. Why? Because last time it was me. And I don't want you thinking I'm forcing you. I looked at him. You're not forcing me, I said. Yeah, Wilder nodded. But I still want you to choose. I hated having to choose, but I did. I stepped closer. Distance. 1 meter. 0.7. 0.4. My heart beat faster. I raised my hand. Paused. I can stop any time, Wilder said. I nodded. And then, I touched him. Not his wrist this time, his hand. Our fingers met. A current ran down my spine. But it didn't hurt. It wasn't chaos. Just silence. The world disappeared. No memories, no past, no noise. Only feeling. I squeezed gently. Wilder didn't pull away. You okay? He asked quietly. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Because for the first time, I wasn't thinking. I just existed. When I let go, time came back, sound came back, everything came back. But I wasn't the same. Wow, Wilder said. Yeah. We looked at each other. Something had changed. Did you feel it? I asked. Yeah, he nodded. But not the same as you. How was it different? For me, it was like everything slowed down. And for me, completely shut off? I nodded. Wilder exhaled. Damn. I know, I said. We stood there for a while. What do you think this is? Wilder asked. I don't know. Not normal. No. But you want to keep going, he said. It wasn't a question. I nodded. Yeah. Wilder smiled faintly. Then we've got a problem. Why? Because I do too. My heart skipped. The days after that, we didn't talk about it, didn't name it, didn't analyze it. We just did it. Short touches. In the hallway, in the library, in the hidden corners no one noticed. Every time, the world shut off. Every time, I could breathe. And every time, I wanted more. I think this stopped being an experiment a while ago. Wilder said that one evening, we were sitting on the floor of my room, side by side, not touching, but close. Yeah, I said. You okay with that? I thought about it. If it had been me from a month ago. No. But now. Yes, I said. Wilder looked at me. You sure? No, I answered honestly. But I don't want to stop. A stretch of silence. You know this isn't going to be simple, he said. Nothing about me has ever been simple. Wilder smiled softly. Fair. That night I didn't fall asleep right away. I lay on my bed, staring at the ceiling. The memories were still there, always there. But in between them, there were gaps. Moments of nothing. And all of them had to do with Wilder. I should have been scared. I knew that. Because I was tying my peace to someone else. But I didn't stop. I don't want to go back to how it was before, I whispered. I heard that, Wilder answered from the floor. I turned my head. He was looking at me. Then don't, he said. Simple, dangerous. I closed my eyes. And for the first time, I wasn't afraid of tomorrow. Only afraid of the day when I'd have to remember a world without him. Everything started shifting very slowly, so slowly that anyone else probably wouldn't have noticed. But me, I noticed. I always noticed. It started with the gaps. Not the gaps Wilder created, the quiet moments when we touched, but the gaps that shouldn't have been there. What did you just say? I asked. We were in class. Wilder had just said something, a joke probably, but couldn't remember. Wilder frowned. I said the teacher looks like. No, before that. Before that. He looked at me, slowly. Xander, Wilder said. You okay? I didn't answer. Because that didn't make sense. I don't forget, ever. What did you just say? I repeated. Wilder was quiet for a second. Then, nothing important, he said. A lie. I knew it, but couldn't prove it. And that sent a chill down my spine. Later that same day, I dropped my pen. No big deal, but when I bent down to pick it up, there was a moment, very brief. I didn't know where I was. No memory, no context, nothing. Then, everything snapped back. Classroom, sound, Wilder. Xander. His voice. I'm fine, I said immediately, too fast. Wilder didn't believe me, but he didn't push. Mistake. That night I was alone. Not because Wilder didn't want to come, but because I didn't reply to his texts. I need to think, I typed, then deleted it, then sent nothing. I sat on my bed in the dark. Dark, quiet. But my head wasn't. I rewound the day, every detail, every second. I remembered Wilder laughing, talking, looking at me. But there were spots, blurred. Not normal blurred, but non-existent. Like someone had cut them out. I clenched my fists. This can't be happening, I whispered. But it was. I opened my laptop. Searched. Memory loss, sudden gaps, hyperthymesia. Pages of results. I read fast. Too fast. Nothing matched. Nothing explained it. Until overload. One word. When the brain gets too full. When the amount of information exceeds processing capacity. Can cut out. Not forget. Just pause. I stared at the screen. No. If that was true, then every quiet moment I'd had with Wilder wasn't free. I stood up, paced the room. 3 steps, turn, 3 steps. I didn't realize I was shaking. My phone buzzed. Wilder. You okay? I stared at the screen. I should answer. But if you're not, I'm coming over. My chest tightened. No, not allowed. I typed. Don't come. Sent. 3 seconds. Too late. Knock on the door. 8:47 p.m. 3 knocks. Same as before. I stood still. Didn't open. Xander. His voice. I'm not leaving. I clenched my fists. You should go, I said loudly. No. Wilder. No. A beat of silence. Open the door, he said, or I'm sitting here all night. I closed my eyes. Fuck. I opened the door. Wilder was standing there. But different. No smile. No lightness. Just worry. What are you hiding from me? He asked immediately. Nothing. Don't. His voice. Harder than I'd ever heard it. Don't do that to me. I turned away. I'm fine. You're shaking. I stopped. Fuck. Xander, Wilder said slowly, look at me. I didn't want to. But I did. What's happening? He asked. I stayed silent. I didn't want to say it. Because if I said it, it would become real. You forgetting things? Wilder asked. My heart dropped. I didn't speak. I didn't need to. Wilder exhaled. Fuck. Not forgetting, I said quickly. Just gaps. Gaps. I don't remember some moments. The words sounded wrong, so wrong. Like what? Wilder asked. Like they never happened. Silence. And when did it start? He asked. I swallowed. Recently. How recently? After. I didn't finish. But Wilder understood. After we started this, he said. Not a question. I nodded. We were both quiet. The air. Heavy. Then we stop, Wilder said. Immediately. No hesitation. I looked at him. No. He blinked. Xander. No. I can't lose it, I said. My voice wasn't steady. I can't go back to how it was. And you think memory loss is the solution? Wilder asked. It's not memory loss. You just said you have gaps. His voice, louder. I flinched. You don't understand, I said. Then explain it. I clenched my fists. I'd rather lose a few moments. I stopped. Then remember everything. Silence. Wilder looked at me for a long time. So I'm the price? He asked. The question hit me straight. No. Then what is it? Wilder cut in. What are you trading, Xander? I couldn't answer. Because I didn't know. Or, I didn't dare know. You think I'm okay with this? Wilder asked. I didn't. You're destroying yourself. I'm living, I shot back. We both went quiet. I was breathing hard. For the first time, I can breathe, I said. You don't know what that feels like. Wilder looked at me. And for the first time, I saw pain in his eyes. You're right, he said quietly. I don't know. A stretch of silence. But I do know one thing, Wilder continued. I can't stand here and watch you disappear piece by piece. My chest tightened. So what are you going to do? I asked. Wilder didn't answer right away. Then, I'm stopping. The world froze. What? I'm not going to touch you anymore. No. Not until we figure out what's happening. No, I repeated. But I knew he was going to do it. And that was worse than any memory. Wilder kept his word. The very next day. No touching. No experiments. No, just 1 second. Only distance. We still sat next to each other in class. Still walked together. Still talked. But something was gone. You take notes? Wilder asked, voice normal. Yeah. Let me see. Take your own. A normal conversation. But not like before. No comfortable silences. No looks that lasted longer than necessary. And especially, no silence. The kind I used to need. The first night without Wilder in my room. I didn't sleep. Not because I couldn't. But because I didn't want to. The memories came back. Unblocked, unslowed, unerased. All of them. Arguments, shattering sounds, voices piling on top of each other. I clutched the blanket. Breathed. 1, 2. It didn't help. I sat up. 3:26 a.m. Same hour. But no one was there saying, "You're here." I grabbed my phone. Screen lit up. His name. I could text. Just one message. Come over. But I didn't send it. I put the phone down, then picked it up again. You still awake? I typed. Stopped. Deleted. Couldn't. Because I knew if he came, I wouldn't stop. And this time, I might lose more. The next morning, I was late to class. 8:07. Not like me. I'm always on time. Wilder was already there. He looked at me when I walked in. Didn't say anything. But I saw it. He noticed. "You okay?" he asked after class. "Fine." "Like, you look like you didn't sleep." "I did." "How long?" "Enough." Wilder exhaled. "Xander, don't." He stopped. "Okay," Wilder said. "No pressure. Always like that." But this time, I wished he would push. We walked together, like every day. But there was a gap. Not physical, but something invisible. "You still having gaps?" Wilder asked. I stopped walking. "Less." "Truth." "Less," he repeated. "Yeah." Because we stopped. Not a question. I didn't answer. Because I knew. He was right. "So it is connected," Wilder said. "I don't know." "Xander." "I don't know." I cut him off. Silence. I breathed out. "Sorry." Wilder shook his head. "It's fine." A long silence. "You want to try again?" I asked. The question slipped out before I could stop it. Wilder turned to look at me, slowly. "No," he said. My heart fell. "At least not right now." "Why?" "I already told you." "I'm fine," I said. "You're not." "I'm better when." I stopped. "When I have you." I didn't say it. Wilder looked at me. And maybe he heard it anyway. "That's exactly the problem," he said. "I don't want to be the only thing holding you together." I didn't know how to answer. Because he already was. That afternoon, I didn't go back to my room. I wandered. No purpose, no destination. I passed the library, the courtyard, the places where he was. But I didn't stop. I didn't want to. Because if I stopped, I'd remember. I stopped in an empty hallway. White walls, silence. I leaned against the wall, closed my eyes. The memories came, like always. But in between them, there were gaps. Fewer, but still there. And I didn't know which was more terrifying. Remembering everything. Or starting to lose pieces. "You hiding from me?" Wilder's voice. I opened my eyes. He was standing at the end of the hallway. I'm not hiding. You're standing alone in an empty hallway. So? And you haven't texted me all day. I didn't answer. Wilder walked closer. No touching, but close. Xander, he said softly, I don't want to lose you. Those words froze me. Then don't stop, I said immediately. Not like that. Then how? Wilder was quiet. I don't know, he said. An honest answer. And a terrible one. I need you, I said. First time. No hiding, no dodging. Wilder looked at me, his eyes softened. You shouldn't, he said. But I still do. A beat of silence. We'll find another way, Wilder said. There is no other way. There is. There's no way that stops me from remembering. Then, Wilder said slowly, we'll find a way so you don't have to face it alone. I looked at him. No touching, I said. No touching, he nodded. You sure? No. But I'll try. I exhaled. Okay. An agreement. Fragile. Dangerous. But it was all we had. And this time, there was no guarantee. We wouldn't lose each other before we found the answer. We tried a different way. No touching. No running away. No depending. It sounded simple, but for me, it was the hardest thing. Wilder started coming to my room every night. He didn't sleep over, just stayed. We studied together, in silence, sometimes talked. Normal things, about classes, about strict professors, about stuff that had nothing to do with memories. You noticed, Wilder asked one night. What? You count less now. I paused. You don't say the exact numbers anymore, he added. I thought about it. He was right. Maybe I'm tired, I said. Or maybe you're busy living. I didn't argue. We still had hard moments, nights I couldn't sleep, times the memories dragged me under. But Wilder was there. No need to touch, just there. Xander, he said once when I was curled up on the bed, eyes wide in the dark. Yeah. Where are you right now? The familiar question. But this time, I answered myself. Room 312, I said. University, Boston. What time is it? 2:14 a.m. What's happening? Nothing. A beat of silence. Good, Wilder said. I breathed out. And for the first time, I didn't need him to bring me back. The gaps were still there. But fewer. They didn't disappear completely, but they stopped spreading. Like my brain was learning how to balance. Not by shutting off, but by enduring. One afternoon, We stood in front of the library again, our spot. What if one day you don't remember me? Wilder asked. I almost laughed. Impossible. But if. I looked at him. Then I'll learn again, I said. Learn what? How to love you. Silence. Wind blew past. Wilder didn't smile, didn't joke, just looked at me. What did you just say? I froze. Fuck. I hadn't meant. I stopped. But I didn't take it back. I can't forget you, I said again. Not like that. Wilder stepped closer. No touching, but close. You don't have to remember everything, he said. Just enough. I looked at him. And if enough for me is you? I asked. Wilder smiled softly. Then I guess I have to stay. My heart didn't hurt, didn't feel heavy. Just light. The last night of the semester, we sat on the dorm rooftop. Neither of us said much. Just watched the city, the lights, far away, small. I'm still scared, I said. Yeah, Wilder replied. I'm scared one day I'll lose control. Possible. I'm scared I'll hurt you. Possible. I'm scared. I stopped. You'll leave. Silence. Wilder didn't answer right away. Xander, he said at last. I can't promise I'll always be here. I nodded. I knew. But I can promise one thing. I looked at him. As long as I'm here, I won't let you be alone. A promise. Not perfect, but real. I leaned my head against the wall behind me, closed my eyes. The memories came, like always. But this time, they didn't scare me. Because in between them, there was him. Not as an escape, but as a part of the world. A part I chose to keep. I'll remember tonight, I said. Yeah, Wilder smiled. Me too. No, I shook my head. I'll remember everything. Wilder looked at me. Then, let's make it worth remembering. I opened my eyes, looked at him. And this time, I wasn't afraid of remembering anymore. Because some things, even if they hurt, are still worth keeping. And he was one of them.